What is going on, guys? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today we're going to be playing a map that has all the different countries that are not normally included in Google Street View and thus not normally included in Geoguessr maps. So going to be an interesting one. It's a tough map, but good fun. We're also going to be playing play along. So guys, if you want to play along, links in the description. We're going to be doing 1:30 per round here. So I'll hit the challenge link up and let's get it. So I know a lot of you guys prefer to see rounds where I don't use Google Car Meta. And of course that is not possible in this map. There is no Google Car Meta whatsoever. Okay, so we have a blue strip on a plate here. Fairly poor quality road is what I notice off the bat, and what looks to be fairly Soviet-style architecture and Soviet-style poles. So I guess the main contenders would be Moldova and Belarus, the two places without coverage. I think in terms of blue strips, maybe Moldova, because I don't think Belarus uses blue strips. I could be wrong. Here's a Dacia, and that's also a car that's made in Romania, generally speaking. So maybe Moldova is the best shout here. So then, looking further around here, we seem to be in a decent-sized city. This doesn't use Cyrillic, so that would also be one for the Team Moldova suggestion, because clearly over in Belarus, you'd mostly be using Cyrillic for almost everything, as you can see if you zoom in. So then, Moldova could be somewhere in the capital. Chisinau, I don't really know. I'll probably just pick a smaller town, but one that's decent-sized. Maybe over here, just because it's got the Russian vibe to it, but it could be really anywhere. So let me go in Transnistria here. Why not? And we are 110 k's away, about as far as we can get diagonally or latitudinally. We're in Lyova, but a good start. 4.4k is definitely a decent effort, so happy with that. Okay, next one here. We do have shortish plates here, so immediately feeling Caribbean. A statue of a lion here is pretty cool. He's got a US flag on his shirt, or at least some kind of US flag motif. But yeah, the short plates make me think Central America or Caribbean. Okay, we got an unblurred plate here. So the colors are white, red, and blue, but I don't really think that probably has to do too much with the country itself. I would say with this hilliness, probably just somewhere in Central America. So where it gets more hilly, I was thinking El Salvador, but maybe actually Honduras has more of this hilliness to it. So that's my first guess here. Otherwise, Costa Rica certainly could fit, and countries like Costa Rica that have very limited coverage are also represented in this map, I do believe. So let's just see here, bit of language here. It's going to be in Spanish, I do believe, so not really too much to glean from that, other than that's kind of like a USA format phone number, so probably similar in Central America as well, I imagine. But yeah, let us go for Honduras here. I don't see why it wouldn't be good. I think it's going to be at least somewhat close here, regardless. And ends up being in Venezuela. Okay, so that was not really what I was expecting, but in hindsight, does make sense, because those mountains, one thing I was going to say is the mountains did kind of remind me of Colombian mountains, so that would just about make sense, being about as close to Colombia as is possible. So let's head into the next round. Not the best effort there from me. I'm still chasing a 20,000 pointer on this map. I've still never gotten that. So here's the next one. We've got a Chinese bar, black number plates. Okay, interesting. A lot of English going on. So I'm thinking of Guyana here. I'm thinking of Guyana, Georgetown, because we have hills here, though. So maybe not. But the English... Okay, so somewhere in Caribbean instead, maybe. Because of these black number plates. San Juan. Interesting. So where else? I mean, obviously we have San Juan in Puerto Rico here. I don't know if there's another San Juan on an English-speaking territory, because... Otherwise, why does it say San Juan here? So, also, in San Juan, you would not have front plates, so it can't be there. So then, this actually does pose a little bit of a problem for me, because I'm not really sure where to go. Where speaks English that would have a San Juan in it? This is rather difficult. I cannot think of it off the bat. So do we see anything? San Juan... Where would have like a Spanish influence that's also English-speaking with black number plates? 20 seconds to go. Russia is on here. Okay, we need to click away from Puerto Rico. Let's just click in St. Lucia for now. Not St. Vincent, maybe? See that. I'm just going to leave it, I reckon, but... St. Juan? I don't know where this is going to be. 4 seconds to go. I don't really have time to change it up. Hopefully this is not something too obvious. Okay, Trinidad and Tobago. I can deal with that. Port of Spain, of course. Oh, that makes so much more sense. So I'm pretty sure Trinidad and Tobago did have, of course, a Spanish yeah, Spanish influence before the British. So it makes a lot of sense. 3.3k is still fine, though. We are still just out of contention for 20k, sadly. Okay, so next one, rum, El Dorado rum. More English, so more Caribbean, perhaps. More US-style phone numbers, so yeah, I definitely like that. And actually, looking at these plates, they're very similar to last time, but this time we have the Guyanese flag, so very good. But yeah, the hill in the last one made sure that we wouldn't guess there, but as you can see, that's why I was thinking of Guyana, because these number plates are very similar, of course. So then, I guess this is, with this much development, I think Georgetown is basically inevitable here, because Guyana is a very unpopulated country. Not much going on once you get south of Georgetown, as you can see. I mean, you can go all the way to the south here, but yeah, not too many big towns. So Georgetown seems inevitable, so we will get a perfect score here or nearabouts. And yeah, I actually quite like this direction because the road angles are all correct here, although that's kind of the same for the whole town. So let's go out here. And wow, it was not even correct. I'm so surprised. We're in Skeldon. That's a tough round. We still get 4.2k, so all things considered, a decent win. But I wonder if any of you guys got that correct. So then next one, big mountains, holy poles. It kind of reminds me of Jordan, this one. So I'm thinking of like, let's see here. We got blue strips on the plates, but it seems to be Arabic. I don't know if I'd be. Oh look, that reminds me of Awesome Models profile picture. If you're watching this Awesome Models with the Lamborghini and the Arabic, just seems right, doesn't it? Because I'm pretty sure Awesome Models is from Iraq. But could it be Iraq? Maybe that's his shop. I don't know. It's a big mountain in the background here. Baghdad does feel possible, but I kind of liked Iran here because of the blue strips. I think Iran might be one of those countries in the Middle East that uses blue strips, and the mountains would certainly make sense. Blue, yellow plates on the taxis is certainly difficult. This one, but I feel like Iran's it's a very patriotic country, so I'm surprised I can't see any flags or anything here. None at all. So maybe that is a bad indication here. I do think it's going to be Iraq, Syria, or Iran. One of the three. That is my personal opinion. I've seen these holy poles or these ladder poles inside Iran before, so that's really why I'm leaning that direction more than any other. So I don't know if we're really picking up too much more here. It's just hilly and kind of European influenced. So let's hope for Iran, and we end up being correct. So that is good. Close to Iraq, so there you have it, 16.5. Pretty happy with that one. Let's go for one more here and see if we can get that 20. Yeah, let's head straight into it. So next one, hopefully this one will be more of a success than the first. 16k is still respectable for a map like this, though. First one here. So this time we have a Soviet-style crossing, white plates without the blue strips, so definitely thinking of Belarus this time, which is good because Belarus is not a massive country. So let's take a look what we can see here. Do we have any clue as to what city we're in? It's kind of the bigger point here. So T, I don't know if they have regional codes, but if we can find another number plate starting with a T, that would be great. No, it doesn't really seem like we can. So it doesn't really have capital city vibes to me. I must say it doesn't really. Lenin Street, we're on Lenin Street, but I can only imagine that there are many Lenin Streets in Belarus because it tended to be the way in the Soviet Union that every single town would have a Lenin Street, at least from what I understand. So then the question is where to go. Maybe more so towards the Russian side. I don't really know if that's actually a good inference or not, to be honest. I don't know, it kind of feels more southern. That's kind of my vibe here, just because something about the round kind of reminds me of Bulgaria, and obviously that's quite a separated distance from Belarus, but I don't know, I just got that vibe. So maybe it is southern. We'll find out, I guess, but yeah, I guess let's find out, shall we? And it was Moldova. I did not expect to have, so we were in Transnistria this time. That makes a lot of sense. That is why we had the Lenin Street, and that is also why we had the Cyrillic. In the combination. I did think it was kind of strange that we would have both Cyrillic and Latin alphabets on the signs in Belarus. That wouldn't have really made too much sense to me. However, in Moldova, it makes a lot more sense, especially Transnistria, where, it is kind of like its own thing. And that's why we didn't have blue strips as well. So actually a rather tough round, and that is why I felt southern, right? So I was not making that up. Okay, next one here. Well, it's almost a reset score. Let's see what we get on this one. Yellow plates. No, well, let's just continue on. Why not? yellow plates here. Bank of Muscat. So that's not what I was really expecting to see, obviously Muscat, capital of Oman. Because normally they have like red strips on their plates there, but I guess... Yeah, why are these all yellow? I'm not sure if we are in Muscat, to be honest. Generally speaking, you don't... I didn't think you had yellow plates on so many vehicles over in Oman, but maybe I'm wrong. So that's Bank Muscat, you know, it could easily be overseas. As for the other vehicles here, we have these painted black and white poles like you see in UAE, so maybe we're just closer to there, but yeah, not really too confident here. So maybe Bahrain or Qatar, maybe especially Bahrain is possible here, yellow plates. Don't recall that, to be honest, though. Saudi Arabia, maybe not. Lebanon, I don't know. I don't think anything really makes too much sense to me here. That's why I'm kind of perplexed. Kuwait is possible, I feel like. But I think I probably will just leave it with Muscat, to be honest, because well, there's no hills to our south, and I think Muscat might have, yeah, it does have significant mountains to our south, so we should at least pick somewhere else, maybe Sohar or something like that, but yeah, let's go for it. Not confident. Oh, 9.4 kilometers away. Let's go. That was a good switch up. Very happy with that. Okay, so we still can get 20k here. This is official coverage in Cambodia. That is not what I was expecting to see. Maybe we're on the border here with another country. But look, we are driving right-hand side of the road. Maybe it's actually Laos. I think this might actually be Laos. Driving right. Do we have any more yellow plates? Just one yellow plate here. So maybe it is Cambo. Let's take a look. Normally you can see something that definitively gets you Cambodia. The poles look rather Thai looking, so... This is not as easy as I expected. So that actually looks like a... Well, this actually looks to be like a Vietnamese language, so... I'm just trying to think, could we be in... Well, we have like Thai lampposts, so I really do think this is Vientiane area. Because it's fairly flat, which would make sense. It's dry like Thailand with the reddish soil, and we're driving right instead of left. But only one yellow plate, that's the big concern here for sure. But with these Thai-style poles, I don't think you get those nearly as often in Cambodia. But that wouldn't really explain the Vietnamese-looking name here. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just not Vietnamese at all. But yeah. Also the star, I think that would make sense for Laos. Not really sure, actually, to be honest. So I guess we'll just find out if we're correct now. But I don't think this round is meant to be in the map, regardless. Yeah, 7.7 kilometers away. So this seed went from bad to good. Okay, the next one here. Back in Southeast Asia, presumably. Black number plates. Okay. So I was thinking... this could be in Laos again, you know? So a bit of Latin text here, a bit of script here. This language here might be Tamil or something like that. I could imagine that with the kind of rounded characters here. So I think that's probably most likely here. We are driving right-hand side of the road though. So maybe it's actually, I was going to say maybe it's actually Burmese. What do you say? I think it's Burmese, right? With these round characters. So I think that looks correct. With the right-hand drive, I can't really think of anything better. And I think they do use black number plates there as well, from what my memory recalls. So then, fairly flat. That looks like a Thai lamppost as well, so maybe we'll just guess closer to Thailand again. It worked for us last time when we went in Vientiane, so... But yeah, interesting round, that's for sure. I was thinking... I don't really know my alphabets too well, but looking at these folk as well, probably more Southeast Asian looking than Indian in my opinion as well. So yeah, relatively confident here. I think some of this language does look quite similar with this kind of longish letter here. I think we can see a similar one on these kind of shutters and stuff here. As for climate and stuff, not really too sure, but let's hope we're close-ish. Ends up being all the way south, so yeah, it was close to Thailand, but just not really close to where we went. So we are still in contention, but we need a 5,000 pointer here, so let's hope that this is a really easy round. So left-hand drive this time, interesting. So that's definitely a lot helpful. Only leaves a few countries in contention, really. As for the plates, whitish, very dry. Unfortunately, this is like super low quality. Okay, Echizi Pekas. Interesting. I have no idea what that should be about. So then, probably Zimbabwe, Zambia or Mozambique here. They're the real options. I'm thinking Zimbabwe because of the dryness of it is most likely here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So I guess I'd go here. Seems like a decently sized city. We have hills in the background as well. I think that's kind of a concern. Harare? Don't really see any hills. Here maybe. We have hills up there, but I don't really feel confident guessing in any of these towns, and we need a perfect score. Oh, it's annoying, it's annoying. That town is too small. Kingston, Victoria Falls. Not too confident about any of this, to be honest. Hills, though, I don't see. I guess we'll click in Harare. Please don't be that one that I had before. I don't see it. Let's hope for the best here. And we are over the border, unfortunately, in Mozambique, in Tete. And so, yeah, that's a decent-sized town with those hills. So I end up with 18,500. By no means a shoddy effort. Now, had I realized that this Moldova one was in Moldova, we would have had a really nice score. But there you go. That is the nature of the map. And to be fair, we did get the Lao freebie, so or the Laos freebie. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. Sorry it's a shorter one today, but you know, some of you probably enjoy the short videos as well. Guys, yep, thanks for making it all the way to the end. I'll see you guys in the video very soon. Till then, goodbye.